Hey guys, this is Anali and I am back with a new tutorial. This tutorial we will be discussing another problem regarding moment of inertia. So guys, before that, if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, you subscribe my channel and click on the bell icon to get the notification about the newly uploaded videos. So we have been asked to determine the radius of the gyration of this lamina about the horizontal axis which is passing through the centroid. Okay, now the relation between the moment of inertia and the centroid can be given by I xx, that is the moment of inertia about the xx axis, is nothing but equals to kxx square into area of the lamina, where kxx is nothing but the radius of gyration about the horizontal xx axis. So radius of gyration about horizontal xx axis. Okay, so we have been asked to determine the value of kxx. So first of all, we need to determine the moment of inertia about this xx axis which is passing through the centroid. Okay, now for solving such kind of the problem, we need to recall those 4 steps which we have discussed in the previous tutorial. So first of all, we need to draw the axis about which the moment of inertia has to be determined in this case, or else we need to draw the axis parallel to those axes about which the moment of inertia has to be determined. So here this is the horizontal axis passing through the centroid, so let us draw it first. So this is the horizontal axis which is passing through the centroid of the plane lamina. Okay, and let us name it as xx. Now next step is to locate the origin, which will be lying at the leftmost and the bottommost point. So here the leftmost is this and the bottommost is all this. So let us say this is origin having the coordinates 0 0. Now we need to split this entire plane lamina into the standard figures, that is triangle, rectangle, semicircle, circle, whose moment of inertia and the centroid location we know. So let us split this entire plane lamina into the standard figures. So let us consider this triangular region as figure number 1, this rectangular region having the dimension of 12 cross 8 cm as figure number 2, and this cut, that is the semicircular cut, as figure number 3. Okay, now we need to locate the centroid with respect to the origin, but before that let us locate the centroid of the standard figures. So for the triangular region, the centroid would be lying at a distance of 12 by 3 from this end. Okay, so the centroid will be lying at a distance of 12 by 3 from this end, that is 4 cm from this end. Okay, similarly for the rectangular region, it will be lying at a distance of 6 cm from this end. So it will be lying at a distance of 6 cm. So this is the location of the centroid for the figure 2, and it is lying at a distance of 6 cm. Similarly for this semicircular region, the centroid will be lying at a distance of 4r divided by 3 pi from the base. That means from this end it will be lying at a distance of 4r divided by 3 pi. So this much distance will be nothing but 4r divided by 3 pi. Okay, and the r is nothing but 2 cm only. So placing the value, we can locate the centroid for the semicircular region. Now we need to locate the centroid for the plane figure or for the standard figures that we have obtained by splitting this lamina from the origin. So let us note down for figure number 1, that is 4 cm from the origin. So the location of the centroid for this triangular region from the origin is 4 cm. So let us say y1 is nothing but equals to 4 cm only, and let us also write the area for this triangular region, that can be given as half into base into height. Base is 4 cm and height is 12 cm, so 1 by 2 into 4 into 12. So we will be getting the value of A1 as somewhat 24 cm square. Similarly for the figure 2, y2 is nothing but 6 cm that we have obtained. So y2 is nothing but 6 cm, and the A2 can be given as 12 cross 4 plus 2 6 plus 2 8. So 12 cross 8, that is equals to 96 centimeter square. Okay. Similarly, for the figure 3, y3 can be given as this much distance, that is 12 minus 4r divided by 3 pi. So the value of y3 comes out to be 10.72 centimeter. So the location of the centroid for this figure 3 is 10.72 centimeter. So this is 10.72 centimeter from the origin. And A3 can be given as pi r square divided by 2. The value of A3 comes out to be 6.283 centimeter square. Now we need to locate the centroid for this plane lamina, and we know the formula for location of the centroid of the lamina as y bar is nothing but a1 y1 plus a2 y2 minus a3 y3 divided by a1 plus a2 minus a3. Here we have subtracted a3 from the a1 plus a2 as there is a semicircular cut in the rectangular region. So we have subtracted a3, and this is the formula to determine the centroid in the y direction, that is this much distance, that is y bar. So this is nothing but y bar. So we know all the values, so placing the values we will be getting the value of y bar as somewhat 5.317 centimeter. Now we need to determine the moment of inertia of the standard figures that we have obtained by splitting this entire plane lamina about this axis xx. Okay, so let us determine the values. So Ixx1, that is the moment of inertia of this figure 1 about this axis xx, can be given by parallel axis theorem, which says that Ixx1 is nothing but equals to the sum of the moment of inertia about its local xx axis. So this is the local xx axis plus area of this figure, that is a1 into h1 square, where h1 is nothing but the distance between these two axes. So Ixx1, that is the moment of inertia about the local xx axis, can be given by 1 by 36 bd cube, 1 by 36 bd cube. So b is nothing but a parallel dimension. Parallel to this axis there is a dimension of 4 centimeters. So 4 into d cube, that is 12 cube, plus a1 that we have determined is 24 centimeter. So 24 into h1 square, that is the distance between these two axes, and it is nothing but y bar minus y1. So y bar is nothing but 5.317 centimeter minus 4 centimeter whole square. Okay, so we would be getting the value of Ixx1 as somewhat 233.63 centimeter raised to 4. Now we need to determine the value of Ixx2, that is the moment of inertia about this axis for this figure 2, and it can be given by the parallel axis theorem as Ixx2, that is the moment of inertia of this figure 2 about its local xx axis plus area, that is a2 into h2 square, that is the distance between these two axes. So Ixx2, that is the moment of inertia of this figure 2 about this local xx axis for the rectangular region, can be given as 1 by 12 bd cube, and here b is nothing but a parallel dimension. So the parallel dimension is 8 centimeters. So 8 into d cube, that is 12 cube, plus a2 that we have determined as 96 into h2, that is the distance between these two axes, and it is nothing but 6 minus 5.317 square. So we will be getting the value of Ixx2 as somewhat 1196.78 centimeter square. Now we need to determine the moment of inertia of this semicircular region above this axis xx. So Ixx3 can be given as Ixx3, that is the moment of inertia above this local xx axis, plus a3 into h3 square, where h3 is nothing but a distance between these two axes, and Ixx3, that is the moment of inertia above the local xx axis, can be given by 0.11 r raised to 4. So 0.11, and r is nothing but 2 centimeters, so 2 raised to 4, plus a3, that is 6.283 into h3, that is the distance between these two axes, and it can be given by 10.72 minus 5.317 square. So we would be getting the value of Ixx3 as somewhat 185.18 centimeter raised to 4. So we have obtained the value of Ixx1, Ixx2 and Ixx3. So the total moment of inertia of this lamina above this axis xx can be obtained as Ixx, that is nothing but Ixx1 plus Ixx2 minus Ixx3. We have subtracted Ixx3 because there is a semicircular cut in the rectangular region, so we have subtracted Ixx3. So Ixx1 that we know as 233.63 centimeter raised to 4, Ixx2 that we know as 1196.78 centimeter square, and Ixx3 that we know as 185.18 centimeter raised to 4. So placing the values, we would be getting the value of Ixx as somewhat 1.245 into 10 raised to 3 centimeter raised to 4. Now we need to determine the value of Kxx, and we know the relation between the moment of inertia and the radius of gyration. So Ixx that we know as 1.245 into 10 raised to 3, Kxx that we need to determine, so Kxx square into area, that is the total area of this plane lamina, and it can be given by A1 plus A2 minus A3. So we know all the value. So placing the value of A1, A2, A3, we would be getting somewhat as Kxx is nothing but under root of 1.245 into 10 raised to 3 divided by 113.717. So solving, we would be getting the value of Kxx as somewhat 3.3 centimeter. So we have obtained the radius of gyration above the x-axis, which is passing through the centroid of this plane lamina, as 3.3 centimeter. So guys, that's all from my side. If you have any doubt, do comment in the comment section, and thank you guys for watching this video.